love you.
I am moved beyond words. Thank you so much. What a great...
We're moved beyond words. Isn't it marvelous? They came in, made those special signs.
Oh, amazing.
You know, we all know 8 years ago when you had that horrible bus accident and you were nearly paralyzed. It has been
for a while, actually.
You were for a while.
Yes.
Does it still haunt you?
Well, I've got some spare parts that remind me every day.
Yeah.
I can foretell the weather a little bit.
You have 2 steel rods in you?
Titanium, actually. I'm space-age metal from the Challenger.
Where are they?
They're actually in my back on either side of my spine, about 9 inches long, and bolts and screws and things in there.
So how do you look at that gorgeous little body and the moves? How do you do it?
Well, thank you very much. Thank you. If it would have been 1 vertebrae lower, then I would have had some serious problems moving around. But I was just so lucky, and I've worked out very hard. I still do. I still work out like 5 days a week.
You do, huh?
Yeah, I do a lot of therapy and things of that nature. Massage, that's not too bad.
Even I would do it.
You can feel them back there.
You know, yes, I can. Oh. You know, you have had the...
Don't freak out.
You've had some of the toughest times in your life. Childhood was very difficult. Then this, and yet you've also had some of the loveliest things. You've been married to the same man, the first man you ever knew, right?
Yes, first and only boyfriend.
The first and only, but boy, there aren't
He got
too
a
many
good
people
deal.
who can say he sure did. How long has it been?
It'll be 20 years in September. We've been together 22, married 22.
Well, Emilio is in our audience.
Emilio's in the house. There he is.
Yes.
The baby Emily.
And the baby who was born after the accident.
Yes, we had quite a bit of trouble and a lot of fun trying to get her. But it was well worth it. She's the joy of our lives, as is our son.
Yes, and your son's in the band?
He's in the band back there playing timbales. It's Naive.
What a lovely family. What a lovely... And Emilio, was Emilio who wanted you to sing when you didn't want to? You were going to be what, a psychology major?
That's right. I studied psychology. I had a French minor. But music has been my love since I was born. I sang at the same time I started speaking, and it was just a very interior process for me. I wasn't the performer type person. I never felt that I was going to be able to do that. I was pretty shy.
Be shy. Baby takes after mommy.
My son isn't shy. He's not shy.
You know, Meredith has spent a lot of her life trying to balance husband, career, 3 children. You've got 2 children, a marriage that's lasted this long, and this career. So what's the secret? Is he just the most wonderful, patient man? Are you just the best wife in the whole... What makes it work? I'm serious, but...
I'll tell you, it's a balance. Him and I have an incredible relationship. We're both very different, but we balance each other out. He's a workaholic. I pull him back, and if it were we're both like me, we'd still be at our house playing guitar on the couch. But we both care about family. We're deeply in love with each other. Come on over here, baby. Come on over. And we continue to work very hard at the marriage, and he really spoils me, to tell you the truth. He makes things possible. He allows me a lot of freedoms to do my thing, the creative thing, and he takes care of a lot of great manager, great producer. He's the best there is.
A lot of publicity.
Well, wow. You bet. You better.
Great publicity. It's true.
What don't we know about her?
Gloria, I think Gloria's what you see is what you get. I don't think she hides anything. That's what I fell in love with her, the main thing.
Well,
that, you know, we know what the accident was. I mean, how hideous it was for Gloria. It must have, for you, as her husband, just been almost as paralyzing.
I think definitely was, you know, we worked so hard so many years, and when we wasn't peak of our career, that's what happens. And you said, you take the things that it comes, and, you know, we really work hard to get her back to the stage, and I think you learn from every bad experience you learn. And
I think you had a rougher time than me, even. Because,
really?
Yeah, it was tough for my family because they felt so helpless. You know, I was inside my body. I could tell how I was feeling. I felt very positive the whole time, and to see their faces was devastating for me. And they'd walk in the room and they'd start crying, and I'd go, I'm going to be all right, don't worry. I was trying to
if only you could have looked ahead and seen days like this. You're not only beautiful, you are a wonderful role model, and the joy to have you here is that we know that you're going to not just be with us for question of the day, but that you're going to come back and perform
Definitely.
For us.
And it's a thrill.
What a pleasure it is to have you and the whole family, all of you.
The whole family.
All of you.
Welcome back, everyone. We're here at Gloria keeping this party pumping around here today on Club View. And I want to tell you something. We were watching your little girl. Emily knows every word to the song you were singing.
She does.
And if she had a microphone over there, I think she might be able to give you a run for your money, Mama.
Yes, indeed. You better believe it. As long as you don't put a camera on her, then
She's just absolutely beautiful. So not only are you this wonderful, wonderfully talented woman, you all own a restaurant down in Miami.
we have 3 of them, actually.
Larios is one of them. And of course, you know us. We've been sitting here going, Next time we're down there, we want to have a little fun at Larios, which is the name of the chef, I understand.
Yes, L'Oreal's family had restaurants in Cuba. They had one in South Miami where we used to have our office, and we used to joke with them, saying, if you ever, would you consider coming to the beach if we ever get something? And they thought it was funny, but we actually called them, and they came. I wanted them closer to home, actually.
But you can actually cook. It's not just a matter of owning a restaurant. You know what you're doing in the kitchen.
Yeah, I come from a long line of chefs. My grandma, her father and grandfather, they were all great chefs.
Do you have a favorite recipe, something you really love to make?
I make great, you know what? Like rice with tuna. It's really good, and I make a lot of chicken and rice. Who doesn't know how to make that? Any self-respecting Latin's got to know how to do that.
So can we come and visit?
Yeah, I'll invite you to my house, and then we'll go to Lario's, and you can compare.
Hey, that'll work. You know when we were talking about being smart enough to buy these hotels when it still was not that good? That's what Emilio did.
Yeah, we bought a couple of those.
Would that I had known that when we were living there, oh boy.
You see?
We're going to call you in the future. Well, in honor of Club View's atmosphere today, we have chosen a question of the day that has to do with music. What is the silliest dance move you remember doing? Oh, this is so embarrassing here. That's why we're going to make you answer it. That's what we do here.
Yeah, well, I had a dance move that I thought was really funny, but I still continue to do it because it goes with any style of music, and that is the funky chicken.
Let's roll. Come on, you gotta do it. You gotta do it. You gotta do it. You gotta do it. The music. Funky chicken. Music's coming. Business, just humiliated herself on national TV.
What can I tell you?
Go ahead, Meredith, your turn.
Mine's the silliest one I don't remember doing because I was usually a little tipsy. It would be like if I was visiting an island, it was always the limbo. You do that late in the night and you think you were very agile and...
Normally, you do know that we don't know the answer to the question today, but the producers told me this one. So you know how I am about research.
Oh, boy.
Come on, darling. Come on, darling.
To my back. I knew you guys were bending over backwards for me, but it's wow.
I love that. That's so much fun. Oh, honey, you know at the top of the show how I was saying I sit at clubs and make fun of people? I was one that got made fun of at the clubs, but at the time I thought it was the coolest thing to do. Do you guys remember the, you gotta hold a ray just a second. What about the Running Man? Wait a second, or the Can't Light? Or possibly my favorite, the Countess. Oh, that is a great silly game. You lose at everything. All right, sit down. If you did that in the club, they would laugh you all the way home, baby. You got to forget the parts too there. Well, I know, it's just so much fun. It's like high-impact aerobics. Club music, she loses her mind. Now, you know everybody in America's waiting to see this.
I have danced with Patrick Swayze.
Ooh.
I have done the tango with Al Pacino. But the dumbest thing I ever did was trying to do a striptease with Demi Moore. Somebody said that's why the marriage broke up. But there you are. Barbara. You want to see a clutch? There I am. Look at me. You can just start that. Okay.
Hip action.
I was so embarrassed. That was not much of a performance. You'll have to do much better than that.
Yeah, right. My dance is the one that I've done since I was about 12, and every other black girl in America does. It's called the cool black girl dance. And it's just like, you know. Oh, hey, you gotta give attitude. You have to do it with attitude. You know? Now, I have decided, they don't know this, I'm gonna make you all cool black girls. Come on. Oh, yeah. Come on, baby. Just go. We're gonna wrap it together. Little cool. Give me some attitude. See, I get that white girl's overbite. You can do it, baby. When we come back, our audience gets into the act with Gloria. I'm gonna teach them all how to be cool black girls. We'll be right back. I love that.
We're back with Gloria Estefan and the audience who adores her, as we all do. And we have some questions from the audience. Debbie's with some of our people. Okay, here we go.
This one's from London, too.
Hi, Gloria. My name's Steve. I'm from London, University of Westminster in England. And my question for you is, I believe you're interested in becoming an actress in movies. And I was wondering, what would be a typical dream part for you? And if so, if you had it, who would you like to perform with?
Oh, you know what? I would love to do something like this, an ensemble piece with some strong actors that would that I could learn from, good director, small part to start. And actually, I have a couple of scripts that are really promising. I can't talk about them now because, you know, films, they just happen all of a sudden and you can't plan it. But I think this year will be the one. We're getting very close to that. And what actors, I admire a lot of them. I think it'd be cool. I've talked to, maybe Madonna would love to do something.
I would love it.
Todd Oldman.
Hi, Gloria.
Hi.
Obviously,
You
we
look
have
like
a lot
me.
in common. I actually met you once before, but we also have something else in common. I'm still with my first love from when I was very, very young, and I'm just wondering, how do you romance Emilio?
How do I romance him? Ooh. Repeatedly. We're very passionate. I think that's one cliche about Latins that may be true. I mean, at least in this respect. But Emilio and I were very affectionate, and it's just you take it when the moment comes, and you try to, you know, be spontaneous and creative, which helps a lot if your baby sleeps in bed with you.
Well, on that note, how about the next question?
It's interesting that Gloria was telling us that she travels with the children.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so that...
I wouldn't leave them.
That's why the family's so close.
Sure,
yeah.
and 14 months at a time we've toured sometimes, so there's no way I would leave either a baby or a teenager alone for that amount of time.
We have a very special man here who wants to say something to you. What's your name, honey?
My name is Brandon Metz, and
Hi.
hello.
Hello.
I'm 11 years old. I'm from Carlisle, Pennsylvania, and since you're so good at singing to people, I'd like to sing to you.
Okay.
Oh, come on, Brandon.
Please don't release me from this spell you have me on. You got me under.
Hey.
Audition that we've had.
Not to I love his choice of songs from the new album. That's one of the coolest.
Look, she's a producer. You were smart, young man. You always take every opportunity.
We have to have time for Gloria to come back a little later to sing a little more for us and show us why she's got the whole world in love with her. And then we have a Todd Oldham fashion show, and you're wearing Todd Oldham pants?
Yes, from a couple of seasons back. It was coincidental, and he probably doesn't recognize these pants, but they're Todd Oldham.
Say, folks, you ain't seen or heard nothing yet. You're going to hear more Gloria, Congo, music, stuff. But on a serious note, there are a few people who have gone through as much in their young life as you have. Your father was a political prisoner in Cuba. Then he was very ill. You had to take care of the family. Then the accident, and now all the joy. Do you have a philosophy?
You know, I always think, look ahead to the future and share love. That's it. Share love and absorb it, because I get so much free love from everyone all over the place, and that's what makes us grow. That's all I do. I want my children to be able to do that, and respect for other people.
Mm-hmm. Well, you certainly have done it. having you. You've made it so wonderful.
For you.
Thank you.
Some T-shirts from L'Oreal. You don't have to open them now. Just take them home.
I'm going to open mine. And we have gifts. We have gifts for the audience. Everybody's getting a copy of her new CD, Gloria. Here it is. By the way, tomorrow is the man who makes your favorite movies. Tomorrow, a full hour with the incredible Steven Spielberg. We can't wait to talk to him. Yes. We love having you. We will love having him. Have a great time. I'm getting tongue-tied. Take a little time to enjoy the view and